It is about 6 p.m. on Tuesday, October 25th, 2022. We just fed the cows and then we opened up this new area for them. Looks like they're not racing this time. Yeah, there's some coming. We got 1.5 inches, probably 1 5/8 of rain in this part of the woods. That includes the rain that I mentioned last time I made a video. So that's over like the course of a day and a little bit more. So we got some good rain. I'm really happy for that rain. We did get a windstorm rip through in the early AM. We had lightning and thunder last night. We had a little light show. Premature, what would you call it? Fireworks, I guess. Beautiful weather. I just love the weather out here. It's so much more interesting than it was where I came from. Unpredictable, but interesting. And I'm really happy to be part of this part of the country. The Great Plains. What a fantastic place to live in. You know, it bothers me because I talk to kids in this community. I say, hey, you know, I did a nationwide search for the best community to live in. And after crunching all the numbers and looking at all the data, I decided this is the best place for me to live. This is the best city in the world. Well, it's a city, but you know, population 10,000, something like that. And the kids are like, no, this place is not a very good place to live. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. You guys don't even know what you have. I kind of described the situation for someone else in terms of statistics, and they thought I was lying about the statistics. I'm like, no, go look at the statistics. This is a blessed part of this country where crime's practically non-existent compared to where I came from. And I came from a pretty safe neighborhood, you know, comparatively at least. But yeah, no, this is a great community. I'm really happy to be part of this area. I hope I don't screw it up. I'm sure the people that lived here their whole life have seen people move in and come and go, and they probably feel the same way. But they hope that people like me don't screw it up. So anyway, yeah, elections are on the mind. That's the time of the year here. Who to vote for, what to vote for, and whether, you know, even how to vote is a question nowadays. So important that we, you know, our desires are represented. I was thinking about the fact that, you know, Congress doesn't even represent the majority will of the people. Not even close. Makes me wonder what's going on. I mean, shouldn't you be electing people to represent you? But, you know, you got to think about how your vote's being counted and who you're casting that ballot for, what you really know about the person. And I know that there's that prisoner's dilemma. You know, if I spend all the time researching candidates and studying the issues, nobody else does. I'm just wasting my time, right? Well, that's true. But, hey, number 18, you got the beautiest eye, the prettiest eyes in the world. Look at that, those eyes, the way it sparkles in the sun. Yeah, you do the best you can with what you got. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. And go to sleep at night knowing you've done everything you can. There's nothing more you could have done. So, I just love looking at cows. Now, there's not a lot of grass here. They found the one spot probably in this little pasture where there is a little bit of green grass. I'm going to say that this grass is new. I did not see this grass here a week ago. I'm not sure what type of grass this is, but to my eyes it looks like Bermuda grass. Why this grass is not yellow and dying, I don't know. Is it just the sunlight? Did the grass come back to life? Did it decide to go to sleep and then wake up again? I don't know. So much of science is a cop-out. Like, we really don't know what's going on. You know, in so many areas of science, we have ideas. We have theories. And then we run experiments. And the experiments seem to conform with our theories. But there's two questions. One question is the question of, did we just randomly see a fluke? Like, if I have a 6-sided dice and I throw it and I get a 6, and I throw it again and I get a 6 again, and I throw it again, I get a 6. That's my neighbor honking. I don't know what he's honking about. Maybe he's trying to get cows or something. He's calling them to feed. Maybe he's calling them in. I don't know what he's doing. I've never seen him do that before. I don't know. Yeah, he's calling cows. I can hear him calling. He's calling for the cows to come in. I think he has feed for him. Yeah. See if you'll let me touch you. Nope. Anyway, so we don't know, because it could just be, you know, sixes. It turned up on that six-sided dice, and you throw it 4 or 5 times, you get all sixes. You start to think you're always going to get sixes, but you're just extremely unlucky. Or lucky, I guess, one way or the other to think about it. You know, like here's my fat number 21, and if all my cows were fat, I might think that I'm the greatest grazer ever, but all it was I happened to have cows that just happened to do well with my style of grazing. You know, is it because I'm good at it? Is it because I'm doing something right? No, it's just a random chance. You know, cows right next to 21 aren't doing so well, so something about 21 makes her a better cow. Maybe she just lucked out. You know, the other thing is that you can never run an experiment to prove a theory true. You can only prove that the theory isn't false, right? Or at least the experiment doesn't contradict the theory. And that has profound impacts on science, like our ideas of gravity and the particle nature of the universe, and you know what's going on in the middle of the stars. That's all supposition. Like we don't really know. We just know that the numbers that we see seem to correspond with what we're seeing in those experiments. Are those theories correct? I can tell you for a fact that they are not correct, because I've seen the data, and the data does not purport. There are problems in each of the major sciences, especially physics, where we have run multiple experiments and we have seen things that we can't explain. And each of those unexplained phenomena is proof that our theories have a hole, right? And then the second question is, do you throw out the whole theory, or do you amend the theory? Do you change it slightly? Well, that's the question that we don't know the answer to either. You know, before quantum mechanics came along, we thought we had a pretty good grasp of the universe with Newtonian mechanics. We thought that the universe was deterministic, that if you knew the initial conditions exactly, that you can predict what's going to happen, right? But that turned out to be incorrect. So we had to throw that theory away and come up with a completely new one, which I might add, like the Big Bang Theory, the quantum mechanics is the least worst theory there is out there. It does explain a lot. It doesn't explain everything, though. There's a lot of things that we can deduce from quantum mechanics that seem to hold up with reality. It has a really good track record of making predictions. However, I think there's some holes in the theory. One of the problems with quantum mechanics, people don't talk about this very much, is what good is a theory that you can't understand, right? Isn't the idea of a theory that you're supposed to be able to make some kind of prediction or some kind of intuition on what's going on inside? And quantum mechanics gives you the exact opposite. It says you can't know, right? What good is a theory like that? You know, that's something we always thought about too. Is one of the thought experiments a professor in the physics college gave is, what if you wrote down a theory that described the motion of every single particle in the universe? The same way, like you just take a photo shoot of the entire universe from the beginning to the end, and you catalog and document the position of every single particle at all points in time, and which would include the evolution of every star system, every galaxy, blah, 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 down to the atom and everything, you know. And that theory would be correct, because it would purport 100% with reality. There would be no holes in that theory. The problem is that theory has no explanative powers. It can't explain anything. It doesn't help you form ideas about the universe, gives you intuition, grasps, helps you grasp the concepts. Like Newtonian mechanics helps me understand how to build machines, helps me understand how to, you know, build engines and motors and all kinds of stuff. What does quantum mechanics give me? You know, not a lot. Is it really useful? That's something you have to ask about the theories too. So if I had a theory about how cows graze, how they get fat and how they grow, And the theory were correct, but the theory could not tell me what to do, how to do it. It could not recommend good behavior to improve the condition of the cows or, help me put more cows per acre. What good is that theory? That's the question. You can't prove a theory correct, and only certain theories are even useful. So, a lot of problems with science. People who claim they believe in science, they don't really know what they're talking about. What's there to believe in? Is it true? Well, I don't know. You have to experiment. Does it explain anything? Depends on the theory. Is it just random chance that we happen to be right with some of these theories? Absolutely. We're just lucky or unlucky, depending on how you see it. So, yeah. All I know is there's cows out here right now grazing on grass that wasn't here a couple days ago. And for that, I'm grateful. That's all I know. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye-bye.